Psalm 2. Why do the nations conspire, and the people plot in vain? The kings of the earth, they rise up, and the rulers band together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their chains, and let us throw off their shackles. The one enthroned in heaven, he laughs, and the Lord scoffs at them. He rebukes them in his anger, and he terrifies them in his wrath, saying, I have installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. I will proclaim the Lord's decree. He said to me, you are my son, and today I have become your father. Ask me, and I will make the nations your inheritance, to the ends of the earth your possession. You will break them with a rod of iron, and you will dash them to pieces like pottery. Therefore, you kings, be wise, be warned, you rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear, and celebrate his rule with trembling. Kiss his son, or he will be angry, and your way will lead to your destruction, for his wrath can flare up in a moment. But blessed are those who take refuge in him. So in Psalm 2, there are different people that are speaking. From verses 1 through 3, the nations speak. From verses 4 through 6, the Father speaks. 7 through 9, Jesus speaks. And 10 through 12, the Holy Spirit speaks. So what we see in verses 1 through 3, what the nations are saying, it's basically saying like all the rulers and leaders, the most powerful men and women in the world, come together and they say, let us break their chains and throw off their shackles. They're basically saying, we want to make our own way, and we're powerful and good enough to do that. We don't need God. We don't need Christ. We don't need to be obedient. We choose self-glorification over obedience. And they want to build their own empire, their own kingdom, which you can tell is totally led by the way and thinking of Satan and of the enemy. And so the Father, here's his response. The one enthroned in heaven, he laughs. Basically, he's saying, are you kidding me right now? You know, he's not like, oh no, what am I going to do? He actually laughs. But it does rouse up his anger. And he rebukes them, and he terrifies them with just this simple statement. Terrifies them all with this simple statement. That I have installed my king. What is he saying? I have installed my son Jesus to overcome everything, all the works of the enemy, and every selfish plan and desire that you could ever try to establish that could hurt my people and try to manipulate or hurt or try to distort what I'm trying to do in the kingdom. So basically, the world leaders, okay, which is happening today, world leaders are saying, we don't want God. We want to do things our own way. And we have to know that the Father is not in heaven like, oh no, what are we going to do? He is laughing. And he's saying, I have already established the remedy to this, and his name is Jesus. So then it goes on, verse 7 through 9. Now Jesus speaks, and he's actually saying what the Father has said about him. He said, I will proclaim the Lord's decree. He said, I'll say what the Father has said to me. He said to me, you are my son, and today I've become your father. Ask me, and I will give the nations your inheritance, to the ends of the earth your possession. You will break them with a rod of iron, and you will dash them to pieces like pottery. Basically saying Jesus has the authority and the power, and he will break down every stronghold in every evil and wicked agenda that ever takes place on the face of this earth. And it's not going to be by this great struggle. It'll be like this rod smashing pottery. Just a simple bam, and it's done. That is the power that Jesus has. And every knee will bow and every tongue will confess one day that Jesus is Lord. And this is where the Holy Spirit kicks in. He says, therefore, you kings, be wise, be warned, you rulers of the earth, serve the Lord with fear. The fear of the Lord is so important. One of the most amazing things that we can walk in and that we need to pray for daily is, Lord, let me always constantly walk in the fear of the Lord. What is the fear of the Lord? The fear of the Lord is to despise wickedness. It's to hate what gets in the way of us and God. Serve the Lord with fear and celebrate his rule with trembling. Kiss the Son, or he will be angry, and your way will lead to your destruction. Living a life for yourself is not really living a life for yourself. Living a life under Jesus' grace, authority, and love, that's what brings life. But trying to come up with it on our own, in our own power, in our own knowledge, and our own intellect, will only lead to destruction. For his wrath can flare up in a moment. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. So that's my encouragement for you. Where is your refuge right now? Is your safety, is your security in the ways of the world? The strategies of the leaders and what they're saying and what they're doing? Or is your refuge, your safety, your comfort, is it deep in the heart of God? That no matter what you see in the physical, that it doesn't change what goes on in the spirit and into your soul. That his heart, his love, his joy, his peace, his grace, his mercy is so available for you that no matter what's going on in your day, that it fills and fills and fills, and the next thing you know, you're just bursting into overflow of those things, and then everybody around you gets hit by the same thing. So again, my question is what do you have refuge in?